welcome. Coach Tonya here at Critical Bench, and this video is all about improving your balance, and specifically for people who are stroke patients. These are intermediate level exercises, so if you are somebody that's had a stroke, or maybe you're taking care of somebody that's had a stroke, these are more appropriate for somebody that's already been working through a rehabilitation and recovery process, and their balance is improving, their mobility is improving, their confidence moving in their space has improved. So depending on intensity, severity of the stroke, I'm not sure where you might be in your recovery, but it's really important to have that body awareness and know, are you at that level that these intermediate exercises are appropriate for you? And if they are, great. We're going to go through these once. Now, if once a day is all you have time for, or kind of where your exhaustion level kind of kicks in, that is okay, because doing these once is better than not doing them at all. However, if you're able to fit them in 1 or 2 more times a day, I do highly recommend that, because like with anything, the more you do it, the more quickly you're going to see, experience, and feel your results. So I'm going to pop up a text screen here to show you exactly what exercises we're going to be working through together. They are heel raises, stationary crossover steps, forward heel-toe walking, Swiss ball wall squats, single leg Swiss ball bridge, and bird dogs. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go through these once. Now, a few things you're going to need. One is you're going to need a space that's clear of obstacles and clutter. So if you have an area in your home that is already cleared out, use that. Or if you have a good sized space but you need to pick up a few things, please do that. You're also going to, even though we're working at an intermediate level, I recommend having something or someone to be a support for you, because even with increasing balance and movement, sometimes we can feel a bit wobbly, particularly if we're getting tired. So I recommend having something by you for support just in case. The only other piece of equipment you're going to need is a Swiss ball. Now, if you don't have one, it's okay to skip over those exercises and work on the ones that don't require that. I think that's it. I've got a clear space. I've got something for support. I've got the ball. Let's get started. So the first one is a simple heel raise. Now we're going to be doing 10 repetitions. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. You want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, but just make sure it's just standing with a soft knee, that you feel balanced just in this position before you even start moving. Now these are micro movements, so very slowly and very minutely, we're just going to shift the weight and lift our heels off the floor. You don't have to lift them high. It's not a height challenge. It's a movement balance challenge. This is all about improving your balance. And when we lift our heels off the floor, we're shifting our weight forward, which creates imbalance on your once stable bipedal surface, right? So we're going to do 10 of these. So here we go. 1, again, have the chair for support. The first couple, you might feel like you need it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Okay, good job. Shake the legs out a little bit. A few breaths. Now, the next exercise is called a stationary crossover step. So I want to show it to you and tell you a little bit about it before we get into the full reps. So this is standing again, feet about shoulder width apart, a soft knee, have something for support that's within reach. Again, we're not leaning, it's just to place our hand on, because that has more to do with confidence. When you feel that, you know that you're not going to fall over. So the stationary crossover step is taking I'm going to take my left leg and I'm just going to step crossover. And then back to center. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just like that. So we're going to, that's 20 altogether, because we want to do 10 per side. And crossing that midline of the body is really important exercise for your brain, believe it or not. So again, go slowly. If I'm going through these too quickly for you, please pause the video and just count out the 20 and do them at your pace. So here we go for 20. And there's 1. Other way. Good job. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we still have 10 more to do, but I want to pause here. There's something I didn't mention at the beginning, and that is with balance, eye focus is very important. So if you, especially if these are new and you find yourself looking down and you're feeling wobbly and going, well, why am I so wobbly? My balance is better than this. Don't look down. One of the easiest, or one of the simplest things you can do to help support better balance when you're doing exercises, particularly when we're shifting our weight, again, these are such small movements, but it does matter, is keeping your chin parallel to the floor. We call this neutral head position. Now at eye level, find something that you can focus on, and having that focus at eye level also really helps support your balance, especially when you're moving side to side and front to back. So let's do our last 10. Five. Last one. Okay, well done. Now I'm going to move this out of the way. Now all that talk about support, this next exercise requires some movement. So again, with these being intermediate level exercises, you probably can do this without having something to hold on to securely. However, again, a few things to keep in mind. You need a clear space free of obstacles. You might want to do this in a hallway or somewhere where there is a support, because if you start to feel a bit wobbly or like your balance is, starting to not be that great, you can rest your hand on the wall and continue doing the exercise, because this is forward heel toe walking. So what it looks like, now I've got a short space here. I'm not going to be able to get 20 steps in one straight motion. I'm going to have to turn around a few times. Forward heel toe walking is exactly like it sounds. So it's heel to toe walking in a forward direction. We're going to count out 20 steps. So please have, if you're not really sure balance wise if you can do this, or if you're, that you might struggle, have something or someone, whether it's a wall that you can hold on to or rest your hand on, or somebody who can hold their forearm out for you that you can rest your hand on, just for that extra support and a little bit of confidence. And again, keeping your chin parallel to the floor, eyes forward, focused on something, will also help a great deal. So let's count out our 20 steps. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I have to turn around because I'm out of room, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, again, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, good job. And again, if I'm doing that too quickly, if you have to move a little more slowly than that, pause the video, do your 20 steps, come back and join me here for the next exercise. Next one is a Swiss ball wall squat. So these actually feel really good. To move this out of the way. Now, what else I like about this exercise is not only is it great for balance, but it's also really great to help build some lower body strength. Okay, we want to keep our legs strong because they support us. So if we're doing exercises that combine improving our balance with strength building, we're kind of getting, more bang for our buck. So you're going to need a wall, all right? And you're going to need one of these. If you don't have one, just skip to the next exercise and join me there. We're going to place the ball against the wall, and then we're going to lean on it with our back, sort of just lower back area. Get my wires out of the way. And right now, that should feel really good. I know I feel really good just leaning against the wall. It's nice and comfortable. Now, I'm not standing straight up and down because that makes it impossible to do the movement. You need to have your feet out a little bit. So I'm not quite at a 45-degree angle, but I'm angled. My feet are shoulder width apart, and my weight is against the ball. All I'm going to do is bend my knees, rolling with the ball down and coming up. And we're going to do 10 of those. So here we go. Go as slow as you need to. That's 1, 2. If you need to pause in between, that's okay. If you've not done many leg exercises, your quads might start to burn early on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Great work. Okay, let's get rid of that, but bring it over here, and we're going to go down to the floor. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. So the next exercise, this is a single leg Swiss ball bridge. Now, single leg movements are really great as far as improving and supporting better balance. And this one is actually relatively easy to do. The ball provides enough instability that it forces you to work on those balance issues, but without really putting you in a compromised position where you're going to fall or hurt yourself. So we do need to get down on the floor. And we're going to take one leg on the ball, around the ankle, lower leg, okay? Other leg is bent. Now, if you've ever seen somebody do pelvic tilts or hip bridges, it's the same movement, but we've just created a very different anchor, okay? Now, the ball is going to want to roll. Your job is to make sure it doesn't. And what we're going to do is using this leg, we're going to push up, and then we're going to lower. And we're going to do 9 more of those. 2. Now, if you find that the ball's rolling a lot, just stop, take a breath, reset. There's no time limit on these, okay? Take the time you need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Let's give those glutes a good work. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so let's switch legs. Okay, here we go. 10 more, other side. Lift and squeeze for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's halfway, good work. 6, again, stop if you need to, if you find this is rolling or you just feel like you don't have control. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good job. Now we're going to stay on the floor for the next exercise, but I'm going to move this out of the way. You may have heard of this next exercise. You may have even done it. And it's tricky, not because it's complicated. It feels weird because we're going to be using limbs on opposite sides of the body. It's going to work a bit of our core. It does help with balance. It's one of my favorite exercises, actually. It's pretty much the warm-up. It's included in the warm-up of all of my workouts. So these are called bird dogs. We're going to do 6 total, so 3 on each side. Now you start in hands and knees position. Make sure your palms are below your shoulders. Create a little bit of space between your knees. Now I'm going to start with my right arm extended, left leg extended. I'm going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower. Do the same thing with the opposite arm and opposite leg. 3, 2, 1, lower. Now you see that little dip I made? I'm having a hard time with feeling in this hand today, so it's affecting my balance, but this is going to be exactly what I need. Okay, 2 more each side. So here we go. 3, 2, And 1, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're holding everything tight when you're in this position. Okay, that's going to give you some core work as well, which helps with your balance. 3, 2, 1. Last one. 3, 2, 1. All right. Great job. Great job. And thank you for joining me for those intermediate balance exercises for stroke patients. Now, a few things to keep in mind. You want to make sure that the space you're working in is clutter-free. You want to make sure you get familiar with doing some of these exercises if you've never done them before, because even if you feel like your balance is getting better and it's improving, doing a new movement can kind of play with your confidence level a little bit. So always have something for support just in case. It's just a safety measure to have there. We don't want anybody toppling. And I certainly wouldn't want you stopping because you lost your confidence in doing them. Now, again, if once a day is all you have time for, please do that, because that's better than not doing it at all. But if you can fit in another or even 2 more rounds of this throughout your day, all the better, because the more often you do it, the more quickly it's going to help improve that balance and your recovery process. Now, if you like doing these kinds of exercises to help improve your balance and just to get things working really well again and optimally again to support you moving more freely, more confidently in your space, I want you to check out that pinned comment below. This is a very special program that was designed by our very own coach, Chris Wilson. It's our neuro-balance therapy program, and I can't say enough about it. It has been phenomenal in changing people's lives who have had issues with balance, who have had injuries, who've been in accidents, you name it, anything that has compromised their balance to the point that it really became quite debilitating. This has had massive impact and made massive improvements in their quality of life. I would like you to check out that pinned comment. Follow that link. It's going to tell you all about that program and how you can do these so easily right in your own home with minimal equipment. It requires very little at all for massive benefits and results for you. So please make sure you check that out. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that notification bell or the subscription button so you never miss any of our great video content. I'm Coach Tonya. Thanks for working out with me today, and I'll see you soon.